Picture this, you're scrolling through social media and see another friend getting engaged. Your heart sinks a little as you wonder why love seems so easy for everyone else but impossible for you. Here's a fact that might shock you. Studies show that only 1% of people actually experience what researchers call true, lasting love. That means 99% of us are walking around either single, in mediocre relationships, or cycling through the same painful patterns over and over again. But why? Why do most people never find that deep, meaningful connection they're desperately searching for? Today I'm going to reveal the shocking truth about why finding true love is so rare. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly what that 1% does differently. This isn't about dating tips or pickup lines. This is about the fundamental misunderstandings that keep most people trapped in loneliness or unsatisfying relationships. So if you've ever wondered why love feels so hard, or if you're tired of the same disappointing dating experiences, this video is for you. Let me start with the first reason why 99% of people never find true love. Reason number 1, they're looking for love to complete them. Most people approach relationships like they're shopping for a missing puzzle piece. They believe another person will fill the empty spaces in their life and make them whole. This is what psychologists call codependency, and it's the biggest relationship killer there is. Here's what happens when you look for someone to complete you. You attract people who are also incomplete and needy. You put enormous pressure on your partner to be everything for you. You lose yourself trying to become what you think they want. When problems arise, you panic because your sense of wholeness depends on the relationship working. I remember talking to Sarah, a client who had been in 7 serious relationships by age 30. Each time, she dove in completely, making her boyfriend the center of her universe. She would cancel plans with friends, give up hobbies, and mold herself into whatever she thought he wanted. And each time, the relationship ended with her feeling lost and broken. The truth is, 2 incomplete people don't make one complete relationship. They make a mess. The 1% who find true love understand that you must be whole on your own first. They work on their own growth, healing, and happiness before trying to share their life with someone else. Reason number 2, they confuse chemistry with compatibility. This is huge, and almost everyone gets this wrong. Chemistry is that electric feeling you get when you first meet someone. Your heart races, you can't stop thinking about them, and everything feels exciting and new. Most people mistake this feeling for love and build entire relationships on it. But here's the problem, chemistry is often based on familiarity with dysfunction. Let me explain what I mean. If you grew up in a chaotic household, you might feel intense chemistry with someone who creates drama. If you had an emotionally distant parent, you might be drawn to people who are hard to reach. Your brain recognizes these patterns as normal and creates that chemical rush we call attraction. Meanwhile, someone who is actually healthy and stable might feel boring to you. Compatibility, on the other hand, is about shared values, life goals, communication styles, and how well you function together day to day. It's not as exciting as chemistry, but it's what makes relationships last. Think about it this way, chemistry gets you into a relationship, but compatibility keeps you there. The 1% who find lasting love look beyond the initial spark. They pay attention to how someone treats them over time. They notice whether their values align and if they can resolve conflicts together peacefully. They understand that real love is built, not just felt. Reason number 3, they have unrealistic expectations. Social media and movies have completely messed up our understanding of what love actually looks like. We see these highlight reels of perfect couples and think that's what we should have. We expect our partner to be our best friend, perfect lover, career advisor, therapist, and entertainment system all rolled into one. This is impossible and unfair. Real relationships have boring moments, arguments, and times when you don't even like each other very much. That doesn't mean the love isn't true, it means it's human. I once worked with a guy named Mark who broke up with 3 different women because they weren't perfect enough. One didn't share his exact sense of humor. Another was too focused on her career. The third one didn't like the same movies he did. He was chasing a fantasy instead of building something real with an actual human being. The 1% understand that love is not about finding someone perfect. It's about finding someone whose imperfections you can live with and who can live with yours. They focus on the big things that really matter: kindness, respect, shared values, and genuine care for each other. Reason number 4, they don't know how to be vulnerable. True intimacy requires vulnerability, and most people are terrified of being truly seen. We've been hurt before, so we build walls to protect ourselves. We present a polished version of who we are and hide our flaws, fears, and real feelings. But here's the catch: if someone falls in love with your mask, they don't actually love you. They love the character you're playing. And maintaining that character is exhausting. Eventually, the real you starts to leak out, and the relationship crumbles because it was built on a foundation of pretense. Vulnerability means sharing your real thoughts and feelings, even when they're not pretty. It means admitting when you're scared, sad, or confused. It means showing up as your authentic self, not the version you think someone wants to see. This is scary because it opens you up to rejection. But it also opens you up to real connection. The 1% who find true love learn to be vulnerable gradually and appropriately. They don't dump all their baggage on someone in the first few dates. But they also don't hide behind walls forever. They understand that being known is worth the risk of being rejected. Reason number 5, they're addicted to the chase. Many people are addicted to the excitement of pursuing someone or being pursued. The uncertainty, the game playing, the will they won't they drama, it creates an adrenaline rush that feels like love. But it's not love. It's addiction to chaos and uncertainty. Once they catch the person or the person shows genuine interest, the excitement fades. They get bored and start looking for the next chase. Or they unconsciously sabotage the relationship to recreate the uncertainty they crave. This pattern keeps people stuck in a cycle of short-term, intense connections that never develop into anything deeper. Lisa is a perfect example of this. She was always attracted to men who were emotionally unavailable. Musicians who were always on tour, workaholics who never had time for her, guys who were not ready for anything serious. She would spend months trying to win them over, convinced that if she could just prove her worth, they would choose her. When a nice, available guy asked her out, she found him boring and made excuses not to see him again. She was addicted to the chase, not interested in the catch. The 1% who find true love learn to appreciate consistency over chaos. They find excitement in building something stable together rather than in uncertainty and drama. Reason number 6, they don't understand love languages. This concept was introduced by Dr. Gary Chapman, and it's a game changer for relationships. The 5 love languages are words of affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, quality time, and acts of service. Most people express love in their own love language and expect their partner to understand and reciprocate the same way. But what if your love language is physical touch and your partner's is acts of service? You might be trying to show love through hugs and hand-holding while they show love by doing your laundry and fixing things around the house. Neither of you feels loved because you're not speaking each other's emotional language. This creates a cycle where both people are trying to love each other but neither feels loved. Eventually, they conclude they're not compatible and the relationship ends. The 1% take time to learn their partner's love language and make an effort to express love in the way their partner best receives it. They also communicate their own love language so their partner knows how to make them feel loved. Reason number 7, they haven't healed their past wounds. We all carry baggage from our past, childhood trauma, previous relationships, family dysfunction, and personal failures. Most people try to find love before they've dealt with this baggage. They expect a relationship to heal their wounds or they unconsciously recreate familiar patterns of pain. If you grew up with an alcoholic parent, you might find yourself attracted to people with addiction issues. If you were abandoned as a child, you might become clingy in relationships or push people away before they can leave you. If you were criticized constantly, you might choose partners who are critical or become defensive when given feedback. These patterns are unconscious, but they're incredibly powerful. They keep you stuck in cycles of dysfunction until you do the work to heal. The 1% understand that you can't give what you don't have. If you don't love yourself, you can't truly love someone else. If you haven't healed your wounds, you'll keep bleeding on people who didn't cut you. They invest time in therapy, self-reflection, and personal growth before trying to build a life with someone else.